I gotta find it. It's under your sauna. That's it. Good evening. First, I would like to say thank you to the class of 2019 for asking me to speak here today. I want you to know that how much this means to me. I consider this one of the greatest honors of my lifetime. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. This is definitely going to be on my resume because I'll admit my first reaction was, are you sure you don't want a doctor or something? That's somebody? And they said, no, they wanted their CI. So I'll do my best. As your clinical instructor, I have little to say except I thank my lucky stars every day for Google. If it wasn't for Google and the RADs, I would have been hard-pressed to answer the hundreds, probably thousands of questions you'll ask me. But as of tonight, you're no longer a student. So I say to you, one rad tech to another, this is what success looks like. One of the most, a room full of your family, friends, peers, who knew exactly what it took to be here tonight. Hours and hours of hard work and sleepless nights. You alone know the extent of the sacrifices you had to make. But every person in this room has either been a support system for a rad tech or is one. And we congratulate you. This is your night to celebrate, and I hope all of you and your families make memories this evening because this is a big deal. Success means the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. It also means a favorable outcome, a positive result, victory, or triumph. Tonight is a night to celebrate a job well done with those you love and who love you. My sincerest congratulations to you all. One of the most important things I want the graduates to do tonight is to say thank you to whomever was a part of the support system that got you here today. The people that were right there when you needed them most. It's their night too. Remember to say thank you. Which brings me to the most important thing I need to do tonight, which is to say thank you. Thank you for making me about tech. Since coming off of 11 years of night shift, you're the first class I've been with since your first rotation. In August, it will have been 25 years since beginning my radiology career. Almost 12 of those years were spent on nights. It would be true if you called me a cranky old veteran tech from the darkroom ages. With my decision to return to day shift, I have two big fears. The first is I doubted my ability to play well with others. And by others, I mean coworkers. At times in radiology, there are multiple ways to achieve the same result. And I was concerned that after years of always making decisions alone, that I wouldn't be open to different ideas. And this could cause me to difficulty working collaboratively with others. My second fear was the lack of knowledge. It's not an exaggeration when I say my fluoro procedure skills were rusty. So all these fears were for naught, thanks to you, the class of 2019. You reminded me to have a passion for learning. I relearned things long forgotten thanks to you. Your excitement to learn fed mine, and I loved every minute. You retaught me what OneDriver says is central ray for an upright abdomen. And I showed you my elbow trick that hasn't failed me in 25 years. It's not going to be on the register. One of you was with me when you saw your new first pneumothorax. Not explaining how the patient would get a chest tube to reinflate the lung and how we'd go back once this was done to check tube position. Remember when I got excited and said, I hope you get an x-ray of a pneumonia registered? I still hope that, because you've got this. But when I didn't know an answer to your questions, and I said, I don't know, let's find out, and believe me, I'm furiously typing out Google or I'm calling a rad. That's what I want you to take with you. No, it's okay not to know. as long as you have a willingness to find out. Otherwise, I might not know what a bleb is and that it can cause a spontaneous pneumothorax. Hexamara. Thank you for helping me be a better tech. Thank you for raising the bar. Thank you for making me better than I was yesterday. Theodore Roosevelt said it fast. Far and away, the best prize life has to offer is the chance to work hard at work worth doing. You've made work worth doing every day. Being a rad tech is a huge part of who I am, but also being a middle-aged mother of 4 and that gives somebody like me a mic, I'm going to leave you with a bit of advice. So, continue to hone your craft. Make constant learning a goal because if it makes you sweat, you should do it more. Do it until you're able to walk in an operating room at 2 in the morning and say to the doctor, I've never done an umbilectomy before, but I know what this machine can do. So what exactly do you need to see? And with an explanation, you're able to successfully complete that exam. To be a brave person, they must first know fear. In this field, constant bravery leads to confidence. Through confidence, you reach the ability to be unafraid of what may be thrown at you next. Being unafraid makes you an asset to your department. The choice is yours. Be brave or be craven. Cry about it and run from it, or stand like Superman and face it head on every day. Embrace the suck. It'll make you stronger. Everything we're having doesn't come easy. Tonight is proof of that, but it doesn't stop here. I have another piece of advice. Do not go by bear theory. Recently, I went to help in an area where I wasn't assigned because I wasn't busy in my own assignment, and there was plenty I could do to help. As I'm wheeling the patient out of the room to the ER, my coworker is thanking me for the assistance, and I respond, we're in this together. And he says, oh, you don't believe in bear theory? He explains later, after we've caught up with the work list, that bear theory is when a group of people are running from a bear, and the slowest gets taken bitted down by the bear. A good radiology department is a family. Bear theory shouldn't exist here. We're in it together. Another tech, and I think he's here tonight, pointed out that the most surprising thing about radiology was the amount of friends he made, and that the field is mostly comprised of really awesome people. He's right. As I look into this crowd tonight, I see many friends, people I consider my second family. I've been to your weddings or baby showers. I've also cried with you when we sing really quotable things. So no bear theory. Embrace your second family, dysfunction and all, and raise the bar and make each other better. And that leads me to my last bit of advice, and a quote by the former American football player, coach, and analyst Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz said, ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines how well you do it. Let's start with ability is what you're capable of doing. Now, tonight, your instructors, your CIs, your peers, and you yourself are declaring that you now have the ability to do this job solo. You're capable. The second leg, motivation. Motivation determines what you do. Some of you may not have decided what that is yet, since Rad Tech School was your main focus for the past few years, as it should be. But whether it's money or serving your community, tonight is full of potential and exciting possibilities for a radiology career ahead of you. The last line, maybe the most important, attitude will determine how they do it. It's true. And attitude can be contagious. For example, very shortly after returning to days, one of my main coworkers told me a story about the first time she met me. She said it was her first day of clinicals, and I had a shorter and that I had a short amount of time before night shift ended. Being caught up like a work list, I welcomed her warmly and asked her if she'd ever seen this equipment. When she said no, she said I jumped up and started exclaiming, "And you guys know how I am. If I had a tail, I'd wag it sometimes when we're taking x-rays." And I started exclaiming, "You're going to love this," and proceeded to show her the basic functions of the equipment. I also helped calm her nerves by telling her the software was some that she'd seen on portables and Sierras elsewhere. She said my enthusiasm was contagious, and my explanations helped her to knowledgeably be able to perform x-rays, as it became clear that when the day shift techs expected was for her to jump right in as a senior student. She's telling me how what could have been a disaster of first day turned into a competence builder. As the day went on, and time after time, she was able to use the things I had shown her, all the while impressing the techs and setting the tone for her new rotation. It had probably been 2 or 3 years before she saw me again after that first meeting, and she expressed how she'd been waiting for the opportunity to thank me ever since. She then tells me how when she heard I was coming to East, that she was telling other techs that didn't know me how great I was. So just remember, it's a small community. Your reputation will precede you. And in this case, about 15 minutes. I didn't even remember this until she told me about it. 15 minutes of my time in a conversation that if she'd never reminded me of it, I probably never thought about it again in my life. And that's what struck me most. The impact that 15 minutes of my time had on somebody else's life. It got me wondering, what can I do in 2 hours? What can I do in 8 hours? What can you do? Attitude matters. With patients, with coworkers, with your family, and life, attitude matters. As of now, you have the ability. And as you have the ring to breathe again over the next few weeks, come to know your motivation moving forward. Lastly, despite all that is thrown at you, keep a good attitude, and you will have many more successful nights personally and professionally in the years to come. Congratulations, class of 2019. Go celebrate.
Wow. That was such a great, heartfelt message. Thank you so much, and this wonderful.